Versace. It gives me a great pleasure to be here today with Abil.
Years, with a stunning sense of style, she has come to be known as India's fashion representative to the world. Just fresh from the success of the film Neerja, where her performance captivated every cinema goer and touched hearts. Please welcome the true representation of style meets substance, Miss Sonam Kapoor. Friends, a huge round of applause. दोस्तों एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए. Let's welcome Sonam. And now I would request Mr. Bhosle, Ms. Sonam Kapoor, and Mr. Ferraris for the unveiling of the scale model.
Hi everybody, I'm so very honored to be here. Everybody knows that I love fashion and I love all things luxury, and this is a beautiful association, I think, and especially because Versace is doing this for the first time in India, and I'm so happy that they're doing it with you, Mr. Bhosle. I think it's a great association because it's about quality. It's about having your own mansion in Bombay, which is completely, we don't have the space, right? So if you have a luxury apartment here, it's great, and I love being associated with something that's great quality as well. So I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy to launch this project because it seems like it's one of a kind, and it seems like it's going to be a great step forward for luxury and property in India. So, yeah, so, and there are only 10 apartments? Only duplex, which is great, and the price points are expensive enough that only the best and the creme of the people will be buying it, which is also brilliant. So, I'm happy, and it's on Hughes Road. So that's another thing. There's not much that is being built there, which is that luxurious. So I mean, I would buy it for sure. So. Yeah. Am I your first customer? Yeah. So I'm really happy to be here, and it looks spectacular. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sonam. And now I would request you to just probably carry on the conversation a little bit with Mr. Ferraris and Mr. Bhosle.
So, since you're our guest in India, I'm going to start with you, Mr. Ferraris. You have been Versace has been in business for almost 40 years. I know that. I don't know if a lot of people know that. And it appears to be going, it's just getting stronger, especially not only in fashion, but even with the amazing, spectacular interiors that you do. What do you think is the main reason for your longevity and quality control?
Very interesting question. I think the answer to your question is to search in the history of Versace. Versace, thanks to the founder, Gianni, even with his short life, he created something that you cannot buy. It's the credibility, it's the international brand awareness, and with his geniality he was recognized as to create a mega brand international, bringing Versace to the 21st century. And she's obsessed about the future, the young generation. She loves craftsmanship, quality, but also in contrast with innovative research and so on. And this is why Versace now is one of the leading fashion companies in the world.
Because you guys change with the times while keeping the essence of Versace alive.
Exactly.
Which is great, because change is the only constant, right? So, Mr. Bhosle, what is this reason besides the obvious for this incredible first-time collaboration?
Well, a couple of important points that we had to consider before we decided to tie up with the right brand. I think currently there are several brands across the world where they're just happy to lend their name, but that's about it. But the real unique part about Versace is that it's obviously a well-recognized global brand, but most importantly, they're a complete end-to-end solution whereby they actually design the interiors. They have a great battery of international interior designers, and to take it further, they also have furniture to carpets, crockery, cutlery, decorative lightings. So in true sense, it's designed and it's a Versace product. It's not just a lending of name, and that's what made us partner with Versace, and we're very, very proud and happy to do that.
That's brilliant. And Mr. Ferraris, is similar. Why did you decide to go with ABIL?
First of all, we have, when we partner with somebody, we have a precise strategy, and the partner has to match our vision and our value, and then clearly in this field has to be the leadership, and so this is the main reason we did this.
You're the leaders of the... Oh, wow. It feels good. Okay, that's great. Well, I think you've already answered this question, but maybe you could reiterate it. There are lots of projects, international projects, and a lot of global collaborators that have been doing that. What is the USP of this particular association besides what you've already said?
So I think from besides what I've already said, what's one of the few USPs is to, most importantly to begin with, is the location, which you do understand, and you did mention that pure south of Mumbai, there is no land available.
I just said there's no
much.
apartments available. I know, I've looked.
There isn't that much supply coming. There is enough demand in south of Mumbai, because there are those set of people who don't want to move out of south of Mumbai because they're rooted in south of Mumbai. They've grown up there, and the only way to develop in south of Mumbai now is by way of redevelopment. So even this project, there used to be a dilapidated building here, which we had to sort of buy and then therefore take permission.
Did you raise it to the ground?
Yes, yes. In fact, we've got to make basement. So now we're in the process of excavating and building up the basements. So that's on the location bit. And apart from that, I think there are several other USPs which the presentation, double height lobbies. When you go up to the apartment, all of them are large 9,000 square foot apartments. I don't think too many developers are doing all apartments, all 9,000 duplexes.
They're not, and the ceilings aren't that high, and the bathrooms and rooms are too small.
Absolutely, you got it. So
ridiculous.
We've got double height in the living rooms of the apartments. You've just got one apartment every level, so there's a lot of privacy. You're not sharing the lobby with people around. So these are some of the USPs. Of course, the views are spectacular. So right from the first duplex, like most of us can now see and look at the model, that the first level of the apartment really starts at the 8th floor, which therefore means that the first apartment itself gets unobstructed views of the very, very popular and famous.
Which is great, because like you know, it's very strange, but I don't like living very high up. I'm like one of those people who doesn't like doing that, because I've lived in JVPD, Juhu, all my life. So I'm used to it. So this is great. So you get the view without actually.
You get the view, you get the fresh air, which I think is not very common these days.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So yeah, those are some of the USPs, and of course the legacy, the heritage value of South Mumbai, and also the legacy and heritage that Versace as a brand carries, that we're all sort of celebrating. So it's both of them coming together. So these are some of the USPs.
Wow, that's great. And I mean, I think you've answered the next question as well. So it's been
I
an
know what you're asking me, so I'm preempting.
You're preempting it. Okay, so I was going to ask you about the key elements, but you've answered all of them.
Yeah, he's completely gone all over.
So I'm just happy that I get to sit here and ask you these questions. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful. We now open the floor to media for a round of Q&A. आप में से जिसको भी questions पूछना हो, please अपने हाथ raise कर दीजिए. आपके पास mic आ जाएगा. All right, we have few people there. Right.
Hi, my name is Sohail and I'm from Glamsham.
Yes, I know you, Sohail. Hi.
Yeah, hi, how are you? Sonam, congrats to get associated with Versace and ABIL. I just needed to know okay, what is your dream home in fact, and do you invest in properties और आपके मुंबई में कितने घर हैं?
अरे बाप रे.
Oh, बापरे.
ये income tax है. He's not from Glamsham.
Yeah, मतलब ये तीन questions एक साथ, but I'll first of all, मेरे हिसाब से जब आप सबसे conservative और सबसे sensible investment जो होता है वो property में होता है, क्योंकि जैसे मिस्टर भोसले ने कहा कि land तो इतना ही है, लोग तो बढ़ते जाते हैं, but that's one thing that I mean I think property is like the easiest and the most easiest investment to do. You don't have to think about it too much, especially in Mumbai. And it's it's one of the most expensive places to buy property in the world. I think it's the third most
Yes,
expensive
in the world.
in the world. Top 5, right? Is Japan, New York, London, and Paris and Mumbai, yeah. So yeah. Second and third question. I bought one place in Bombay. If I had known this is just developing, I would have bought something. That's what I told him. I was like, why did you tell me? Huh? I am planning on buying more stuff, but right now I already bought one place, and I like staying with my parents right now.
Mr. Ferrari, how much will be the cost of one unit? And what about maintenance and all? Will it be charged or later on somebody will take over?
Mr. Bhosle will be able to answer
We
that.
let's know.
Thank you for your question, but I think it's Mr. Rosley.
So I guess in terms of the cost, we'll come to that shortly because there's various different of that. So a detailed sheet I think will be shared with you shortly. But coming to the maintenance part, as all of you are now aware that it's a limited inventory, just 10 units. So it's literally, I mean, it is actually just 10 families living there. So we're obviously going to encourage only like-minded people to come and stay. And so in that sense, I don't see an issue on the maintenance aspect. We are obviously going to try and take a deposit which becomes a corpus for the maintenance of
Sonam, firstly, congratulations for your terrific and stupendous performance in the movie Nija.
Thank you.
And this performance is being appreciated a lot, I think, worldwide.
Thank you.
So how was this, since Sonam is a name brand conscious, an actor who is a brand conscious, so how was the transformation of a brand conscious actor to a hardcore actor? How you just managed to do all this?
I don't think there's any difference. I think anything that you do, everything that I've done has always been of quality. It's never been of quantity. I think that's just being conscious of quality.
I think that's the reason why you're associated.
Yes, and thank you for your congratulations. I'm very humbled by it, but that is a very simple answer. There's no change, just the same.
Any other questions?
Hi Sonam,
Hi.
Ravi from ABP News. Sonam, ऐसा बॉलीवुड में ट्रेंड है कि हीरोइन अगर कामयाब हो जाए और बहुत फिल्में मिलने लगे तो वो फैमिली से अलग होकर मूव आउट हो जाती हैं, और ऐसा ट्रेंड है अभी आलिया हाल ही में मूव आउट होने वाली हैं, तो आपको कभी ऐसा किसी ने कहा या आपके मन में कभी ऐसा आया कि
नहीं, आई डोंट थिंक सो. मैं बहुत ही कंफर्टेबल हूँ और मुझे अपनी लॉन्ड्री के लिए और वो जो अपकीप होता घर का, I'm very happy with my parents, my mother doing it right now for me. और जब आप एक्टर होते हैं तो आप बहुत ज़्यादा ट्रैवल करते हैं. तो जब I'm a homebody, I'm very family minded. That's why I'm very excited about their projects. You said Duplex, they can be family homes also. And that's why I'm excited about it. तो जब भी मैं देखती हूँ तो मुझे लगता है मेरे हिसाब से मेरी choice always रहेगी till I decide to get married or live with someone or whatever. मैं अपने family के साथ ही रहूँगी. And मेरे parents जो है वो बहुत ही open minded है, मुझे अपनी freedom देते हैं. और and I like the noise. मैं Indian हूँ, बहुत ही Indian हूँ. अगर एक घर आपके आवाज़ नहीं है, dogs नहीं है, महाराज नहीं आपको गुस्सा करता है, या आपके जो staff जो होते हैं घर पे, जो आपके साथ 30 साल से हैं आपके घर पे, वो आपके साथ there's a certain I feel especially in India वो जो it's very Italian as well, I think. I don't know. Is it? Just a little bit, yeah. But I like it. I like staying with my parents. I mean, I don't think I'll move out, and doesn't matter how successful I get till, I don't know.
Hi.
मैं
Hi.
actually
Good
request
afternoon.
करूंगी media से
Good
to
afternoon.
please ask questions only pertaining this project and not otherwise.
Hi. Sonam Ariman here.
Namaste.
Normally, you have a stylist or a brand is the actual star rather than the person who's endorsing it. So do you feel it's a myth or a misconception? And the second,
Can you
Again,
Yeah.
आपका question is not pertaining
it is
to
pertaining
it
to
is,
the
it
brand.
is.
It is pertaining to the brand.
About
Yeah, a stylist or a brand is the actual star rather than the model or the brand endorser. Is it a myth or a misconception? And what are the earliest memories you have about Versace?
First of all, when you endorse something, and if it's a brand, it's always a partnership. It's never one or the other. So when I signed on with L'Oréal Paris, it was always a partnership and we consider ourselves family, right? Because you associate it with the brand because the brand values are the same, or it's something that you represent. So any of my associations have been the same way. My earliest memory of Versace is that was my first designer bag that I bought on my own when I'd gone on a holiday with my parents to Florence. And this was right after we went to Amsterdam, and I bought my first bag then. I remember it was fluorescent it was a summer collection. It was actually very similar to this. And I remember that, and the other memory that I have of it was my mom wearing a lot of it. A lot of the jewelry and the jackets and the short skirts in the 80s. I remember her wearing 80s or 90s, I think, if I'm not mistaken. 90s, yeah, because I was too young in the 80s. In the 90s, she used to wear really short skirts, and then there used to be these big boxy jackets. I don't know anybody who remembers it. It was a very cool brand to be a part of, and she used to wear these big earrings with it. So I remember my mom wearing a lot of Versace. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Nidhi from Bloomberg TV. My question is for Mr. Bhosle. Sir,
Hi Sonam, this is Shayanti. I have a blog called The Wow Detector, and since you are hailed as a fashion icon, I would want to know, when it comes to home fashion, what are the elements that make you feel wow about a living space?
About the living space?
Yes.
Space in general?
Oh.
Living in Bombay. I think that there's a lack of that. So I think that's that. I believe in quality over quantity. So I really, really believe that when you invest in a home or invest in interiors, it has to be of quality. So that's basically my basic belief, that it needs to be of quality. I can't, like, even if I'm sleeping on a mattress or something like that, I'm not talking about the expense of it, but it has to be something that is of great quality.
And in terms of furnishing and decor, are you particular about anything that you have always...
I'm very particular. I like beautiful things. I think everybody knows that.
Sure.
But I like things which are very beautiful. I like beauty around me, and I don't like a mess. So I think that's the one thing that is always going to be there, I hope.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any further questions?
Good afternoon. This is Apurva Nandesh from Architecture Update magazine. My question is to Mr. Ferraris. What's the design philosophy?
We are presenting is a very high-end product, a special product, bespoke product for special people, like red carpet in USA or princess and so on. This special project in India is a bespoke residential project. It's not something that we have done in the past. It's a unique, one-of-a-kind project, and this is the philosophy.
Doesn't like couture.
Sonam,